my time.
It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Detroit. It's the Bucs and the Lions on Sunday Night Primetime.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Looking to throw on second down. Jennings going back to the same well as Hockenson again. And this is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jennings. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. To throw on third down, Jennings. And that is incomplete. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They get their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Throwing on first down. Callaway. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Off the play fake. Callaway. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Callaway. He finds his man, complete. That's Hernandez. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Second down, back to Fournette. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Operating from the gun, Callaway. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions will take over. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. And he slings one that's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jennings. He finds some open field here. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
On second down, Swift gets around him and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 1 yard is the gain. And it'll be first down, Lions.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Callaway. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Callaway. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Lions have recovered. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
To throw on 2nd down. Jennings firing quickly, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Swift going to try up the middle. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will make it 6-0.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Callaway. It's caught on the right side at Smith. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Callaway dumps it off to Fournette. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
Well, backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
This will be caught by Brown. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody will press it a little bit. This might be the case. And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
This is Swift on the counter.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jennings throwing the same ground, complete on the left side. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. To throw on second down. Callaway. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. From the gun on third down. Callaway. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
But this is a football game, right?
It is.
You like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time. Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw. Jennings.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. On third down, here comes Swift.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jennings.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Operating from the gun. Jennings.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
On third down, Jennings. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
On first down, Callaway, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on to the contact. Brings up second down.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
7 yards there and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They'll look to throw again. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Lions are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more.
Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson as the first half is winding down. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Lions, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough. I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
This is Fournette. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage.
They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hernandez. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings.
He'll get this off to Swift.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jennings. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Looking to throw. Callaway. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Fournette. And he's going to be met at about the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Callaway. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it at midfield. A pass there over the middle to start things out.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Jennings. It's Williams on the catch. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jennings. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jennings. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 1 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jennings. This is caught. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jennings toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The kick by Elliott is good, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you said, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Callaway. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Jennings. Jennings lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
Looking to throw. Jennings. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 26 yards. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like the Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets.
Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here.
They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Callaway. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Throwing on 1st down. Callaway. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. On 2nd down. Field at the 49. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
To throw on 2nd down. Callaway. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Callaway.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Callaway got his man complete over the middle. It's Hernandez. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Callaway. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Callaway. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Callaway. Pass incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Callaway. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The kick by Bass is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. Throwing to start the drive, Jennings. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. To throw on 2nd down, Jennings. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down. Looking to throw, Jennings. That pass caught, it's Williams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw, Jennings, and that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Jennings, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jennings. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Joe Tryon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay a 2-score game at 16. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
Certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Throwing to start the drive. Callaway, he's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Back to the air on second down. Callaway, flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The Bucs on third down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Callaway. And that will be incomplete.
Has been a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a good result there, as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
They'll stay on the ground with Swift, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Jennings. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On second down, Swift. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Out of the gun now on third down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have the Lions first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, Jennings. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Jennings. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Throwing on first down. Callaway. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Operating from the gun, Callaway. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's a carry for Oliver. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jennings looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
They run. It's Oliver. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay a 2-score game at 16. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.